Hello, welcome back to Mick's vintage paperbacks and digests and whatever else I can go on about. It's been a little while since my last video. Been a bit busy doing other stuff, work and all that nonsense. I've got a bit of time today, so I thought I'd take you through another part of my collection. This time going back to Argentina. I've already done two episodes on Malinca already, and that was on their Pandora collection. And this time I'm going to do another two parts for Malinca in Argentina, in Buenos Aires, and they produce at the same time as Pandora. They were also producing a book called Debora. And again, they're all in Spanish, so I've not read them. But the early ones in the collection, that starts in 1959 up to 1955 up to 1959, ran. I've got my collection's incomplete, but they run from about 1 to about 45. There might be some later editions, but I just sort of got up to 45 in my little collection. Really nice books. They start off great. They're taking their artwork from the American digests and paperbacks in America. I don't know what the agreement was they had with Malinca, but as you get towards the end, I think the agreement with Atlas Books or whoever it might have been in New York, that must have faded at some point, and they started using maybe local artists in Argentina. But yeah, they're wonderful books. There's quite a few to go, so I'm going to split it into two parts again, and so I'll try my best with the titles. Anyone from Spain or Argentina who's watching, don't get angry with me because I don't pronounce it correctly. And I'll try where I can to give you the artwork with the correct book, because they mixed and matched. So they'd have some artwork from a digest book in America and they give it a completely different title at that particular time with a different author. So it gets a little bit confusing, but I will do my best to come up with the right answers if I can. It's a bit tricky, but we'll get there. So let's dive in back to Argentina, to Buenos Aires, with Malinca and the Debora collection. Let's go. Okay, here we go. Malinca Debora. As you can see, very similar to the Pandora collection, which I'll leave the link to those two previous videos. They're very similar, around the same sort of time, and again using various authors, American authors, and also some British authors as well. Different art mixed up with different. It's all over the place. But let's just enjoy the books for what they are. It's taken me a little while to get this amount of books for Debora. Very tough to find. Very hard to find in good condition. But yeah, let's go through them. And I'll just show you the first one, which is Fácil de Amar, which translates to Wanton by Night. So the artwork doesn't match the original, which if you just go here, this is the original Falcon book, Girls Out of Hell. They've used the same artwork. It's not a bad copy, and not bad at all. Original artwork by Hal Dodd. But you can see the title's changed, the author has changed. This one's by James Clayford, who was Peggy Cadiz. And this is number 1 in the Debora series. I've got number 1, Fácil de Amar. As you can see, the original artwork of Girls Out of Hell is a bit special. But they've done a decent job. Still smoking, but the health warnings didn't quite reach at that time. But yeah, lovely looking book. And again, with all these Deboras, they are incredibly hard to find. So I've done well to get the 30 odd that I've got. Anyway, that's Fácil de Amar. A back cover, you've got Debora at the top, you've got Pandora with the collection Nueva Pandora at the bottom. And there is Ediciones Malinca Buenos Aires. And this would be from 1955, this particular publication. So just 3 years after the original artwork was used, the agreement must have been that we could copy that artwork and produce it in Argentina, and obviously then these books are very popular in Spain because of obviously they are Spanish speaking. All of these books, I think 99% of them have all been bought in Spain. That's where they seem to. There must have been a distribution there in Spain in the 50s. I think I bought one or two from Argentina, but obviously it's very expensive. But anyway, this is number one. There it is. There's your. Oh, it's all upside down, isn't it? Of course it is. James Clayford, Facile d'Amar. Anyway, number one. And straight on to number two. Again, these have all been reproduced. Beautiful artwork. This is Hal Dodd's artwork. And very nice it is too. This is Muchos Hombres para Sherry. Debora number 2. Translates, I know it's taken from the artwork's taken from Her Candle Burns Hot, which is a Rainbow book in 1951. And Hodge Evans is a pseudonym used by Dean Owen. But this is number 2, in pretty decent nick. Beautiful artwork, which Hal Dodd will be very proud of. This one seems to be around the right way. Muchos Hombres para Sherry. That's number 2. Wish I could read it. Just not going to happen. Anyway, number 3. This one's a slight change because El Veneno es Lento by Chet Kinsey. Great artwork. I mean, that is just absolutely beautiful artwork. And it's been taken from Police Detective Cases magazine in June 1950. I'm not sure who the artist is. I wish I did know. There's a woman in a sort of cage underground. She looks a bit concerned. I'm not surprised. But yeah, what that is special artwork, and it's been used on Debora number 3. I'm not sure what it translates to, but it's actually Joy Street by Chet Kinsey, and originally published by Falcon Books, number 39 in 1952. So the artwork's been taken from something from a detective magazine, and the story is from a Falcon book, Joy Street, and that is beautiful. Beautiful artwork. And the spine's upside down as usual. Chet Kinsey. Wow. Number 4. By Rick Wayne. Pegami Fuerte. That's probably pronounced completely wrong, but it's the best you're going to get out of me. This is number 4 in the Debora series, all the way from Argentina. 1956 now, year-wise. This original cover art is by George Gross and first used in number 104 Rainbow book, Moment of Rapture. And that has not been tampered with. That is the original George Gross artwork, and very beautiful it is too. That's number 4. And on the back, just the same again. There's their Debora, there's their collection Cabalto, which I don't collect, and there's Pandora, which I do. And beautiful books they are as well, and so hard to find. So hard to find. This one you might have seen a couple of times in the different editions, British and American digest. I think this was originally maybe an ecstasy or an exotic book. I can't quite remember now. I think it was an exotic novel. Odio Entre Hermanas. Again, it's by Hodge Evans. It was a pseudonym used by Dean Owen, 1956. The story is Yellowhead, apparently. Falcon book number 33. But the cover's taken from Thrill Girl, exotic novel number 10. So they're mixing and matching all the time. And this particular title translates to hatred between sisters. So they've got a completely different title for a completely different story with completely different artwork. It's madness. But they must have sold really well in Argentina and Spain and Mexico, I would imagine, just because they are stunning. And there's number 5. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 I've got, and I'm very pleased to have the early ones, and they are. Well, this one was, I couldn't believe when I found this, because it's such a great bit of artwork by George Gross. Okay, number 6. I'm pretty sure this is a Venus book cover from, oh, I don't know when that was taken. That's probably Take My Love, number 105 in 1950. Norma Dan, which is the author here, which is Norman Daniels. That's the pseudonym he wrote under. And this is also 1956. This is Otro Hombre en su vida. It translates apparently as Another Man in Her Life. And the original story inside is Lyda Lynn, which was Falcon Books number 27. So again, it's mixed up so badly. It's taken me a while to get all this information. Nothing matches, but it doesn't matter, because that is beautiful artwork, and there's no denying that. And I'm very lucky to have the original American version of that as well. But that's Norma Dan, Otro Hombre en su vida. Okay, we'll get rid of that one. Don't need that anymore. Not too many to go. On to number 7. So no breaks in my little collection so far. Number 7. We've seen this artwork before. This one's by Hodge Evans. Again, published by Malinca in Argentina under their Debora series. Si me amas, tomato. Or tomato. It can't be tomato. But it says, that translates it, if you love me, I'll kill you. And it's actually stories by Hodge Evans. It's actually Whip Hand, which was used in Falcon Books. So it's all pretty complicated. But artwork's unknown, but that is beautiful artwork been reused here. With a lovely lamp in the background and a blonde girl getting into an embrace with a sweetheart. But that's number 7 by Hodge Evans. There is Dean Owen. On to number 8. Ambos lo sabían by Tom Stone. Beautiful artwork. Again, the redhead smoking, being offered some money. I'm not sure what for. Maybe it was an old gambling debt that he's paying off. I don't want to go into that too much. The title translates to Red-Headed Wench. And the art is taken from All True Facts Crime magazine. I'm not sure what year. That must have been sort of 1952, I would have thought. But again, beautiful artwork. So they were using artwork from digest books. They were using art from paperbacks. They were also using art from detective magazines. And that is particularly stunning. I would go as far as to say that's Hal Dodd. Quite a bit of cash in his hand there. She must have provided some sort of professional service, and he's just paying her for her time. And I'm sure everyone's very happy. And again, smoking. Tut, tut, tut. Okay. Beso de Fuego. This is number 9, so I'm not missing any copies yet, but there are a few missing from this little collection. Laura Hale. Laura Hale was a pseudonym used by Lorenz F. Heller. Very nice couple drawn painted on the front there on the beach at night time, possibly Hawaii, I don't know. Translated from the novel Kiss of Fire, which was originally published by Rainbow Books, number 118. But the artwork was used on a Venus book called Beach Party, number 104, quite an early Venus book. So again, mix and match, trying to make the best of what they could use at the time. And yeah, they've done a good job there. Number 9. This one's in pretty decent shape. Upside down. Again, the spines are always a little bit worn, but yeah, there it is. Laura Hale, Beso de Fuego. Yeah, very nice. And again, we get to the back. There's the adverts for Debora, Pandora, and Collection Cabalto, which I think was more of a crime series, but the artwork's not that good, so I've never got into them. Anyone who collects digest books in the Falcon or Rainbow series will recognise this particular one here. Nunca Digas No by Luther Gordon. Luther Gordon does pop up quite a lot in digest books from the late 40s, early 50s. This one's still 1956, Debora, number 10. So I've got 1 to 10. That title's translated as Never Say No, which was originally published by Ecstasy Novels, number 10. The artwork's from a Falcon book, Yellowhead, and Luther Gordon was the pseudonym used by James N. Gifford. And there's that, I believe, Hal Dodd artwork. It's a little bit darker on this one, but a beautiful looking book, number 10 by Debora. Very nice. Redhead smoking, gentleman smoking. No one cares about their health. Funeral Parabellas by Michael Stormay. Now, anyone who collects British paperbacks and pulps will know that Michael Stormay is George H. Dawson. I don't know why his particular name's been used, but the original cover art was on a Falcon book, number 27, which is Lyda Lynn. And the story originally published as Curtains for Carla. Funeral Parabellas. So, and we're into 1957 now, and this is number 11. 1957, Michael Stormay. A few creases on this particular copy, but that beautiful artwork is amazing. Absolutely amazing. And again, the wrong way up, Michael Stormay, number 11. Very nice. Just a few to go. I'll get rid of that one as well. Sangre en la Ciudad. Again, this is a UK mushroom pulp name at the top there, Johnny Cello. I've got a few of them in my collection for UK titles. This translates as Corruption's Tutor. But the artwork, I don't know where that's come from. I'm not sure if that's a Spanish artist, Argentinian artist, I'm not sure. I don't recognise it from any of my books or books that I study. It's not bad. I mean, the girl's quite voluptuous, but possibly not the best drawn face on a lady. But I think he's got the rest of it right. He's obviously concentrated more on the other parts of the female anatomy than he has the face. But it's not bad. It's not bad. This copy's got a slight spine roll, and again, as all of these are, incredibly hard to find. And yeah, not a bad looking book, but the artwork I don't recognise, and there's a bit of an advert on the back. On to number 13, so we've only got 5 to go now. This one I've already spoken about before, this particular piece of artwork with the motorcycle out the back of the hayloft, and we've already talked about the health and safety disaster that's going to become them if they continue to smoke cigarettes in a hayloft. But I won't go on about that again, because you're probably sick of me talking about it. It was a funny joke the first time, not so funny now, but anyway. Translated as Fever Hot, which was an exotic novel. So they've taken an exotic novel by John Barmer, and the cover art is taken from Rainbow Book number 110, Sleepy Time Honey. Hal Dodd artwork, fantastic looking woman there, the redhead, with a biker fella down the bottom having a little rest, and that's Debora number 13. So as you can see, there's no gaps at the moment, so I'm right up to 13, done pretty well up until now, but then you'll see I'm missing 2 titles now, because the next one in my little list is number 16. So I'm missing 14 and 15, which is all about collecting, and it's all about the hunt. And I still look out for these books on a regular basis, and you never know, one day I might find them. Probably not. Number 16 by Al Bocker. Now there's a UK crime writer, if you've ever heard it, because that's exactly where this name's been taken from. This is Bevis Winter. Again, we're still 1957. Again, it's all over the place. It's translated from the Milestone UK book by Al Boker, Trouble Calling from 1953. And the title's translated as Blonde Dynamite, which is also by Boker, but a completely different novel by him from 1950, Sion Books. And the cover art is by George Gross, and it's originally, that artwork was originally published on the cover of Ecstasy Novels number 5 in 1950, The Private Lives of a Street Girl. So there's, again, it's a mix and match. Beautiful George Gross artwork with the Lady of the Night. Bit of a rubbish tear on just by her skirt, but both smoking. Wonderful artwork. That's number 16 by Al Boker. Good old Al Boker. He's great. Okay, let's try not to make them fall down. Let's go for 3 to go in the first part of this 2 series on Debora. Te levo en la sangre by George Batari. I probably got that title completely wrong, and I do apologise now. Still 1957, and we are number 17. So I'm back in the game now. I've got 16 and 17. Artwork's been used before, as we know from Mabel and Men, Falcon Books. The Scarlet Bride. It was originally used on Falcon Book 22, The Scarlet Bride, my apologies, by Mark Reed. And the novel translated as Mabel and Men. Don't know what the title is, but yeah, that artwork's just been completely lifted. There's no adapting there. That's the original artwork, and fantastic it is as well, by George Batari. Number 17. Number 18. Venganza entre Sedas by good old Al Boker. Good old Al Boker's back. Number 18 now on Debora. Art used on exotic novel cover Bad as the Rest. Number 16 in 51. And the original artwork here, if you don't know, is by, you can tell by the eyes and the eyebrow, it's Rudy Nappy. What a great piece of art. Again, seductive lady sitting on a park bench, and that fella over there is, well, he's going to be up to no good. And she's probably up to no good as well, to be honest. But beautiful artwork. Venganza entre Sedas. Vengeance of Something by Al Boker. Beautiful artwork by Rudy Nappy. Blonde girl, very, very beautifully painted. And the back's got a bit of colour there now. So we've got Nueva Lanterna, Debora, Cabalto, Le Bumerang, Cowboy. That's the Cowboy Western series, I would imagine. Yeah. Okay, very last one. Again, the artwork's been taken from a digest book from the very early 50s, or maybe in like, I think it's 1950, I think it is, I'm pretty sure. Cover art's by George Gross, very beautifully drawn, very, very risque as well. Very risky, but they got away with it for a little while. This is by M. Grange Bishop. Los Asinos Tambien Loran, number 19. Absolutely stunning book, in not bad shape. A little bit of a bit of roll on the spine, but you know, not too bad. Is originally used on the cover of ecstasy novel Confessions of a Diamond Dance Queen, and beautifully drawn by George Gross. Stunning. I'd use the word stunning. Anyway, that's the first part of the Debora series, and I'll do the second part maybe later this week, and I hope you've enjoyed it. I'll leave the links to the Malinca Pandora, the two, I'll leave them below, so you can click on them as well if you like your Argentinian pulp and paperbacks. And yeah, so hopefully I'll see you all again soon. Thanks very much for checking back in. Leave a comment, hit the like button, share, and all that other groovy stuff that all the kids do. Anyway, I'll see you all soon.